we go. Choke, Levy! What am I playing? I'm quitting chess. I'm quitting chess.
I don't think people realize how monumental of an upset this is, so let's go ahead and talk about it. For starters, Hans Niemann is a grandmaster, making him an extremely rare and excellent individual in the game of chess. As you can see here, there are only 1,850 chess grandmasters in the entire world. We can reference this to the amount of billionaires in the world, which is currently at 2,781, meaning it is more rare to be a grandmaster than to be a billionaire. The only group of people I can find that are more rare than grandmasters are astronauts. This really poses the question as to when we will see the first Grandmaster billionaire on the moon. Until that point, the closest thing we have is the unofficial title Super Grandmaster, which was given to Hans Niemann after he crossed the 2700 ELO rating, making him a rarity among rarities. Levy Rozman is an excellent player, but to beat someone like Hans Niemann, it is an incredible stretch given his ranking versus Hans Niemann's rating. Levy Rozman isn't even close to the Grandmaster title. But listen, the point of this video is not to make fun of Hans Niemann. I have the utmost respect for his chess skills, and I do not think that he cheated against Magnus Carlsen. I'm also not here to glaze Gotham chess. The true purpose of this video is to go over the psychological as well as the tactical factors that go into such a massive upset so that you can also beat higher level opponents in your over the board and online play.
I'm gonna play, so I'm gonna show him I know how to play. So.
Did you see that? Hans Niemann is playing Gotham Chess's favorite opening against him. How is that strategical? The answer is it's not. When you are playing a higher level opponent, watch out for situations where they are not only trying to beat you, but do it in a convincing manner by giving you advantages. This can come in the form of your opponent maybe playing a dubious opening, or giving you a big material advantage, or a time advantage, or just not taking you seriously. It all comes down to ego. In this situation, we take advantage of these scenarios. We don't try to prove to our opponent that he made a mistake by playing into this whole ego game. The point of the game is to win, and your opponent is giving you an opportunity to capitalize. For the record, the Carl is an excellent opening that aims to attack the center with a delayed attack, d5. In this situation, Gotham Chess played the fantasy variation f3, with the idea that after takes backs, and now in this situation, the bishops are out and active and ready to play. This is a very fun position. It's very technical, so if you are interested in learning more about this, let me know in the comment section, and maybe I'll make a video on the Carl.
My favorite?
I'm honestly kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous. I don't like this.
I think Alvarez played this against me. I just put all my pieces in the center.
I'm a little bit nervous. I don't like this. This is not enjoyable for me.
At some point, Black wants to make a pawn break.
And there you go. Gotham Chess makes my second point for me, which is gaps in knowledge. In this situation, even though Gotham Chess is an international master, rated much lower than Hans Niemann, he does know this opening better than Hans. He's more familiar with the pawn breaks, and he's more familiar with the plans. Because of that, he's displaying a gap in knowledge that you can utilize in your games as well. Yes, maybe your opponent is 300 ELO higher than you, but there are some things you might just know better than them. In other words, just because a player is better than you doesn't mean they're better at every aspect of chess than you. Look at this situation here. Gotham Chess seems a little confused. It's because he doesn't understand why his opponent is not playing the regular plans in this situation. He's looking at this and he sees a massive advantage. While the situation is considered even by the engine, I do believe Levy Rozman saw certain advantages that titillated and excited him. For example, this bishop pair here that is eyeing down the king side, or maybe this open f-file rook that is eyeing down the king side as well. Maybe just simply the extra development as opposed to Black, where a lot of his pieces are still at home. Either way, Levy's idea is simple here: attack the king. You'd be surprised at how many chess players play a full game of chess without ever finding a plan. It's a huge advantage to at least have some sort of rough idea on how you want the game to go, or some pushes and plans, just ways that you want to try to win the game. For example, when I play my favorite opening, the King's Indian, I always have a basic idea on some of the plans and ideas. In this situation here, there could be a c5 or e5 break. The whole point is to challenge White's center because he has a massive control and has a lot of space. So you want to break open the center and allow this dark square bishop to roam free. You also might go for a kingside attack, which is highlighted by f5 and g5. These are really the only plans that work at higher levels. I can compare this to another opening, the Sicilian. I know the basic moves that get me into a situation like this, and I know that in general this is solid for black, but I don't really know the plans and ideas here. Even though my opponent is only 200 rated and has some difficulties in the bathroom, he might know the plans here, and that would give him an advantage even with the elo discrepancy.
I think I should play h3 at some point to stop anything from going to g4, but sometimes h3 feels like a waste of time. I thought about knight g6, but I
Show some respect. Show some respect.
Understand it? It's a fork, no?
Oh, I'm actually completely. Why did I know that I would be so arrogant and just ruin it?
At this point, Hans Niemann is absolutely panicked, and maybe rightfully so, considering this position is quite bad, but notice that Gotham Chess is very calm, collected, and just making his moves. Here in this situation, Levy has the amazing move d6, which is the discovered attack on the king. Really nothing better to do other than move the king over to h8, and then immediately here comes queen e5. Levy now has a material advantage and a tempo on the knight on f4, so the knight moves out of the way attacking the queen, and here comes queen to d4. If trades, you got rook takes, and maybe after something like rook to f6, the rooks would just double up and defend the d6 pawn. It goes without saying that trading down this situation is really bad, so in this situation instead, Hans Niemann scoots the queen out of the way, and here comes rook to e1. In this situation, the pawns are pushed, but notice that this position is unbelievably dominant for Gotham Chess with the rooks. This passed pawn on d6 is going to be very difficult to stop, and here, rook to e7, an absolutely brilliant move, threatening checkmate in one. If knight takes, pawn takes, forking the two rooks, and you win back the exchange. That is an absolutely beautiful move, but Hans Niemann is a grandmaster. He's not going to fall for that. Here comes knight to e4, attacking the rook. Queen moves over, and now he wins the exchange actually, not taking back with the queen out of fear of trading down pieces. And here, queen to e4, because if knight takes, pawn takes, sacrificing the queen momentarily, but immediately getting it back with a promotion. And this is actually a forced mate due to the pressure of the bishop queen, and even the rook gets involved with rook takes d7. That is an unbelievable find as well, maybe even more incredible than the brilliance. Either way, in this situation, you are not going to see this line. Instead, queen moves over. Levy once again offers a trade of queens, and after the trade is instigated, you can see here that after knight takes, pawn takes, Levy is in a much better position. He's about to win material and go into a winning endgame. After this e-pawn is taken, both these f-pawns are taken, and he will be up 2 points of material. This is really good, and at this point, Hans Niemann is absolutely fuming.
You! How the did you find that?
As you can see, Gotham Chess is in very good position here. All he has to do is just trade down his material, get his pawns into positions where they're close to promoting. Gotta watch the clock because both players are very low, but also Hans Niemann, his confidence is shaken. Gotham is feeling very confident and very strong here, and once he can trade those rooks off the board, which I believe happens pretty soon, yup, there it is. As you can see, the only way for this pawn here on h7 to be taken is with the bishop, but by the time the bishop takes and king takes back, Levy's king is going to be able to march over to the queen side and eat up these two pawns, and he's going to promote with ease. At this point, Hans Niemann should resign, but instead, he does something more like this.
Nice! Who did I beat?
And there you have it, the biggest upset of 2024, and really it comes down to two factors. Number one, Hans Niemann, big ego, but also big stakes. He was very nervous about losing that game, and he got more and more nervous throughout the game. Big high pressure moment for him. Meanwhile, Gotham Chess had no idea he was even playing Hans Niemann in the first place. He was just playing a game of chess, and that gave him a big advantage. Also, on the technical side, Levy was playing an opening that he was very familiar with. He knew the plans a lot better, and he was able to instigate a kingside attack, which led to a winning endgame. Now, I know this video came off a little bit harsh towards Hans Niemann, but the truth is, I am a big supporter of him. I really like his content. I just gave you an objective view on how I felt about this game. If you want to know more about my opinion on the cheating scandal and the Hans Niemann situation as well, you can go ahead and check out that video. I'm attaching it below. My main point has nothing to do with Hans Niemann. What I'm trying to tell you is that if an international master just be a super grandmaster, what kind of amazing and incredible upsets can you perform? Stay classy, my friends. Until next time.